And I want to do a curriculum haul, and actually a curriculum haul that we're going to be using this year. So this is Claritas Academy Cycle 2. If you are familiar with doing CC, this is going to feel very familiar. This is not CC. So what this is just a memory work program that is a 4-year cycle. It is a 4-year cycle, so we're picking up with Cycle 2. Cycle 2 is medieval times. Cycle 1 is ancient history. Cycle 3 and 4, I'm not quite familiar with. One of the really neat aspects about Claritas is that it is in line and it syncs perfectly with Story of the World. So as Story of the World has 4 cycles, so does Claritas. So Claritas, I'm going to kind of give you a flip through. They talk about equipping your child. There's a lot of good information. I just kind of want to give you an overview. It is a classical method of memory work. All right, and they have a way of awarding memorization of the work by using a 3 standard method. Some of you will feel very familiar with this and how to test them on that in the process. So this, I can't really quite show you it all in one frame, but this is the memory work. So what's a little bit different about it is it has a timeline on the top. They have everything set to music, I think, except the timeline. The timeline is a chant. But you go through English, you go through math, you go through science. They have scripture, and it's laid out because you're memorizing the first verse of Psalms 34. History, a hymnal, your map work, and Latin. So how would history go? Tell me about the beginning of the Dark Ages. Following the Pax Romana, Diocletian divided the Roman Empire. In 410, barbarians invaded. Rome burned and the Dark Ages began. So that's the very first beginning statement, of the year. So you have your hymnals, your science. What did your science say? The major types of galaxies, elliptical, barred, spiral, irregular. I know she has it laid out, and forgive me for not knowing. I think the science covered this year is all earth science and astronomy that's covered. But it has this really beautiful layout. I kind of feel like I could just sit it on like a book ledge on the wall and we could just look at it, versus in the past we would have a flip book to go through. But it's really appealing. I've seen in others that it's just black and white, and it's hard to really make out what you're doing, and for this it feels so much more inviting. So I'm going to kind of flip you through. I don't want to, you'll see they maintain a theme to it. What's different about Claritas, it's 28 weeks of memory work, not 24 or 36 weeks. In the back, let's see, get to your back. So there's your 28th week. In the back, you have your timeline listed out by week, which I thought was great. You also go through U.S. presidents. History, you have a listing of your history. I will say the paper quality of this is this nice, really gloss print, or paper. In the print, I guess it's a laser because I can actually feel. And then you have your geography listed out. You have your math. So I think in the math, up to a certain week, maybe it's week 14 or 13, everything's the same each cycle, but then the last semester you get new information. I think that also goes for English also. Your science, your English grammar. what I really liked is then they gave you an advanced English grammar. So that's for older children or kids who have gone through at least 2 cycles. This is really set up to do all the way through 12th grade. And one of my favorite parts is it really makes it easy to do at home. I know being in a community is great, but it's really easy to do at home. So the first 19 weeks you're working on this scripture. You know, it tells you for the next 7 weeks from week 20, you're going to do the Apostles' Creed. And one of the really cool parts is you do the Apostles' Creed in memory work, but you also do it in Latin memorization. You have your hymns, and then this is really cool. This back, I would assume you would photocopy this for each child, but this is your testing, you know, your parent, I guess I'd be an overseer, and then like a director position. I don't know. I mean, I think you would just do that as you see fit. And then in the back are your maps. So here is your map labeled, here's your map empty. And it tells you the weeks that you would use those maps. I'm going to quickly flip through because I will show you those maps again. And that is the work. That is the work in your Claritas Memory Work. What you would do is you would have to purchase one of these for each of all 4 cycles. This is only cycle 2, so it's not a humongous book. It's really a lovely, beautiful book put together. All right, when you order cycle 2, I think there's a kit now or a package. When I purchased these, there wasn't a package yet, but now there's a package. You can get your memory work. There is, I want to show you this. So going on to the maps. There is this map booklet, which is really what was in the back, except they're laminated, which makes it nice. I like the idea of this. We could easily trace them and we could do copy work. But we can also practice with like maybe a wet erase marker, the dry erase, wet erase. And again, it tells you the weeks, and then you can flip it over and check if you labeled them correctly. And it would make it easy also because you have so there's the geography. So you'd be able to open up your geography here, and you have your list, and then you can write them in as you know. So that is really neat, and it's just those same maps. I chose to buy just only one, and they also have the list here. I chose only to buy one for my kids to share. So other add-ons they have are these writing pages I really like. So the writing pages include history, scripture, science, and English grammar. So you buy one per child, and they're $7. So this is the font that's being used. I like that it gives them a chance to trace and write out on their own. See, they have Psalms, and it keeps it by the week. Oh, how nice is that? So there's your science. The only thing I wish, I really like the way the layout paper is. I wish you would have given one page, a blank one of these. So like they could write it and then retrace it. Would have been really nice. I really like the paper. Again, it's that nice, smooth paper. Finally, these are your cards. These are your flashcards. So I will need to cut them. They are a thin paper. I do feel like I need to laminate them to have the long haul if I'm going to take the time and cut them. I think I've thought to myself what I very well might do is actually take a highlighter and run along. So it says scripture, scripture, scripture. And then it will say math. That little like pattern there around it is actually a bunch of words that tells you Latin. And so I might actually color code them. I haven't cut them yet. And then the last part is the audio. So I opted for MP3s, which meant that I downloaded them, and now I need to figure out what to put them in. I use Google, so if you have a suggestion, let me know. I need to figure out a way that do I download them to my phone? Do I download them to my to an app that I can access? I haven't figured that part out yet. I was thinking Google Play. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to do it. The favorite part, so the big part, I love every bit of this, and that's nice. It just looks like a very similar program to other people that other publishers put out there. Yes, I'm not saying names. It's very similar, but what sets it apart is there's a partner company called 7 Cross. And I believe it's 7cross.org. Look down in the description. And there is a website that you can do videos. In fact, I'm going to try and link Cycle 2's video tutorial that she put together at the end, which is hard because it's not public on YouTube. You have to go to the website to get it. And sometimes it gets a little tricky navigating it. But what is nice and what I plan to do, I plan to turn this into my morning basket routine with my kids. We have this part, and then there's a website. We click on the it's a subscription. The website is a subscription, so I believe it's $10 a month, which, you know, compared to doing a co-op or a community of this and paying for it, $10 a month is nothing. And it will run through all, you can run it as a Cycle 1 and it's on video. So it has the words, it has the songs. And really you could get away with just listening or just getting the 7 Cross subscription and not the audio. You could easily do that. I decided to keep the audio so I can listen to them in the car. But you will go through, and they have the hand motions, so it really just brightens it up without me having to be the one laying it out or being the excitement part. I don't have to be the tutor, the lead learner in it. I can learn it with them by going through the videos. So this is a really neat alternative. I'm really excited. One of the main reasons that I'm really excited about this and that I can do it at home and I'm not interested in having it as part of a community setting is that this will free me up in order to be part of a community that does more interest-led activities or that can really fill the needs I have as a mom instead of covering this, we might be able to cover like a deeper science. And I really like it as this like kind of lays the scaffolding to my homeschool, because we are covering the Middle Ages. We'll focus in the Middle Ages. We'll focus in the astronomy and the earth sciences. We'll use those avenues to focus our direction, but it's not solely on here. And this allows me to take it deeper or maintain shallow. My little people, this is all they need to work on and hear a few good stories. And my older kids will be doing much more. So tell me what you think. I know a lot of people are finding Claritas for the first time, and I will try to get more videos. Let me know. I don't want to do a flip through week by week because of proprietary reasons, but they have really good samples on their website, so definitely go check their website out. I also have another video coming because they have their kind of own version of grammar that is beautiful, and it lines up to cover the same contents that I paid astronomically for in a community setting, but in a different order that makes it so mom friendly. This is literally the mom guide, and this is the kid book. And it's really cool because they line up to the cycle. So I can't wait to show you that. So be on the lookout. I'll pop the video in here once I have it uploaded. But tell me what you think, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.